Hi, Lucy here. First of all, I apologize. There's going to be a lot of noise because we're on a busy street back there. But today I'm going to show you another acid wash, but I'm not going to take you through the whole thing like I did on my first video for the acid wash. The reason I decided to film this one is that there are other problems besides it needing an acid wash. And I get a lot of questions about how to remove calcium deposits, and so I'm just going to take you through the pool a little bit quickly, and then set up and get started. So so I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so one of the things they have, and this is quite common, is up here, this plaster is going away. And so a lot of people ask if they can, patch it. And not really, because like, take a look at this thing here. Somebody tried patching that. It's just not deep enough. So we're gonna probably sand it, okay? And then the other thing is, when you come down here, spots like this is calcium deposits, okay? So they're kind of all over. So what we'll do is we're going to do the acid wash first, and then we'll show you how we remove them, or a few different techniques. Now before I start, whenever you have this kind of debris in the bottom of the pool, I'm going to net it out. And then the last thing is they have their spa still has water in it, but instead of taking the pump out of the pool and putting in the spa, I'm just going to open up the spa suction and the return to the pool. So this is going to drain, so it makes my life easier. And then one of the things that, see the drain on the bottom, we're actually going to replace that also, because you can see on the other side it's a little bit, it's cracked, and so you don't want people to cut their feet on it. And let me think if there's anything else. I think that's it for right now. So hang on. Okay, so I have the spa section open, and even though it's not labeled, it says spa there. The spa return closed. So now we're over here, and you can see that although for some reason, I'll have to go see why, there's a bypass, so this is coming out, but most of the water is coming out into the pool, and you can see how quickly this is draining. And the good thing is they have only the main drain at the bottom, but sometimes if you have a drain stuck on the side, you're only going to be able to go a certain amount, and then you'll probably end up having to put the pump in anyway. So, but I'm going to check out why that's doing that. But anyway, bottom line is, it's the water levels going down, going into the pool where the pump is, and then we're going to just pump the extra water out, okay? And we'll be back. So right now, my brother's hand is, we're going to take the main drain cover off first, and then as you can see, look at, even in the spa, all these calcium spots. So there's, like I said, there's a few ways that you can take them off. It depends on how many you have. And thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
And then we'll get a little bit more water out of there, but we're just gonna set up, and we'll be ready to start the acid wash. And then I think what we might do is acid wash the spa first, and then that will allow my brother to be working on the calcium deposits, and we'll set up, okay? Right back. Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever you're replacing a new main drain cover, what you want to do is look at where the screw holes are, and then the one that you buy, you want to be sure it's the same size, so that, okay, go ahead, so that they easily be replaced. Now, they do have universal main drains right now, and the one thing too with this came with like all these different size screws. So
and we're
it just
go
depends.
to a larger one because that's recessed.
And we're going to go to a larger one because a longer one than he was doing. And that's why they give you so many options, is because they don't really know how the builder set it up in the first place. So, so anyway, that's basically it. And, you know, but the most important thing is that when you're buying a new main drain cover, you measure from where the screws are, okay, so that you can put them in and you don't have to drill the new holes. Okay, I'm going to let him finish up, and then we're going to tackle these calcium deposits. Okay, so see, and then you always want to tighten it and then just test it to make sure it's not wiggly, so people won't be kicking it around. Okay, so then he's gonna, there you go, see that? Alrighty, so now he's gonna grab the this is what I do is get I have this little drill, and you have you can go to any hardware store and get this disc. It is a sanding disc pad, and then I get put sandpaper and watch what happens. It's like great.
Watch.
So if his head gets out of the way.
Right here.
So yeah, so watch this. Is that awesome or what? So he's going to keep going to his left. But that's it. So that is how. Now he's just having fun. So basically, now he's just going to finish. He's going to come over here, finish these, and then I'll show you the finished product. Okay? Okay, so check this out. So this is the spa that he did, and it just took like a few minutes all the way around. Remember how bad it looked? Now what he's going to do, remember when I showed at the very beginning the step that when you have the edges like that are coming that are now I can't find it. Okay. I need to change. So anyway, yeah, right there, that edge. So he's going to sand it. So go ahead. Okay, so see, because when you're sitting there at the bench, you know, you can with your bathing suit if you're wearing one, and if not, then with your skin. Anyway, so this is all you have to do just to smooth it out, and that's it. Okay, so I mean, I think the spa just turned out great, and now we're just going to be working on the pool a little bit. And we'll just show one pour, and that's it. And then if anything else shows up while we're doing this, oh yeah, I know I did want to show you one thing. Just a second. Hang on. Go ahead. It's really important when your pool is drained to check your lights, but also we already know these work. This here. This is the valve that, okay, see this goes, the pool cleaner goes in here, but it should have the lever, and you can see that here where the spring is, there's a little door that shuts, and I'll show you, but because when you're using a pool vac and you don't want, ew, how nasty that is, you want to be, if the pool vac comes out, you want that door to shut so that the suction, the kids don't get, you know, their hair or their arms or something stuck in there, okay? And I'll show you the new one as soon as we put it on. Thank you.
Okay.
See me?
Hey, we can hear you now.
So, just remember when you pour, wet the area first, and then go a little bit, but you don't want to have any streaks. So. Okay, so I like to leave the nozzle where I've already acid washed, and so now what I'm going to do is fill up, do the solution again, and let this set for a little bit, and then wet the area, and then, you know, just keep going the whole way. So we'll be right back. And also, if you see on the bottom, some of the areas don't get rid of the rust. Somebody complained that they couldn't hear me.
Like right down there.
Yeah. So some of the areas, it doesn't.
Like,
sometimes the acid isn't going to get.
See that rust right down there.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. So anyway, so we're going to go down with the sander and just finish the pool. Okay. We'll be right back.
Gone.
And then he's going to be doing the rust. Is that cool or
Gone.
what?
Yep.
Yeah. And the thing is, not all rust is from like a spot, but I don't think, okay, like for instance, this, let's see, where am I? This looks like it's, I know it looks like it's algae, but it's starting to look like the rebar is coming out. So you know, you've got to be careful when you're sanding to know the difference between superficial rust spots, like from bobby pins or something, and rust from rebar. Okay, so anyway, he's going to continue to do the bottom, and it's starting to shape up here. There it is. Okay, thank you. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show you, and this is see that blue coming off, is that stuff that we're using, the Biodex stain off, when you add it to the Plaster White and Bright, and it cleans, I mean, it's like the water, I don't know if you can see it, is blue, but it really, really pulls the copper stains off, okay? So I just suggest that if you're going to go through all this work, you might as well, you know, buy a quart of that and use it. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Okay, one thing is, we were thinking, if you don't have an electric or battery powered drill, then just do what he's doing and do it by hand. I mean, it's obviously, it takes longer, but it's doable. Okay. And then the last thing we wanted to show you. The last thing is putting on, go ahead. See, that's what you want to do when you have a pool vac. You want to have this, I don't know if it's a vac lock or, but you want to definitely have that installed so that, see that when you lift it up like that, the hose goes in, and let's say the hose pops out right now. and guests. So then you're safe. Your kids are safe, and okay. So we just wanted to show you those, but look at the pool, and there's there's a couple little blue spots, but you don't want to go down too far, because Tom, can you hit the the plaster so that they can hear the hollow sound? Do you hear that? Yeah. Okay, so that's why, that's going to bubble. You got to be really careful about how deep you go. And when we get the water in, it's kind of getting dark now. When we get the water in, we're going to be putting in this. Okay, this is the product that I like to use with this for the acid wash, and also using this one product with the Biodex Protectol Supreme. Okay. Anyway, thanks to my brother, and when the pool's full, we'll show the end result. Okay. And I'm walking, going.
Is this gonna go?
Okay, so hopefully you learned something. I know this pool had a lot going on with it, but that happens with a lot of pools. So I hope you guys learned like the fast way to take calcium deposits off, the safety thing with the with the pool vac, and whatever else we did. And anyway, come back and visit me on my website and learn some more pertinent information, I hope. And have a great summer. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.